Hello, grade 9s. This is a super summary on financial mathematics, which helps us understand how money grows over time. And this happens because of something called interest, which is the extra money that you earn if you are investing, or the extra money that you pay if you are borrowing. We have two types of interest. We have simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest is a flat rate growth, which means that you earn the same amount every year based on the original that you started with. The formula we're going to use is A equals P times 1 plus IN, meaning that A is our end amount, and that's going to be equal to what we started with, times 1, because your end amount will include your start amount. And when we multiply it by 1, that we get your starting amount included in the end amount. We're going to add I, which is also multiplied to our start amount. But remember, we're going to take our percentage interest rate and divide by 100, because we're not going to multiply our starting amount by 5. We're going to multiply it by 0.05, and that'll give us 5%, for example, of our start amount. So we're going to have a percentage of our start amount, and we're going to multiply that to however many years we've left that money in the account. But you might not only need to find the end amount, you might need to find the start amount. And this requires some algebraic manipulation. Okay, so if you want to get P alone, we need to divide both sides by the bracket. And so we get our start amount is equal to, if we're given our end amount, we're going to divide that by 1 plus IN. Okay, and if you needed to find I or N, you need to get those alone. Okay, you can see it's inside the bracket, so we're going to divide both sides by P. So you're going to have end amount divided by start amount, and then you're going to have 1 plus IN on the right-hand side. So we're going to minus 1 from both sides, and we're going to get IN alone. And then if you want to get I alone, you divide both sides by N. And if you want to get N alone, you're going to divide both sides by I. Compound interest is much more interesting. Why? Because it's like a snowball. It gets bigger and bigger each year, because you're earning interest on what you started with and on the interest that you earned in the previous year. So it grows faster and faster and faster. The formula looks a lot like simple interest, except that N is now an exponent. Okay. Because we are not multiplying, we're not adding the same amount each year, but you might not need to just find the end amount. You might need to find the start amount. Same thing, we want to get P alone, so we're going to divide both sides by 1 plus I to the N. Yeah, keep in mind that simple interest grows steadily. Same amount is added each year. Compound interest grows much faster. It's exponential growth, because the interest starts earning its own interest. And always remember to turn your interest rate into interest by dividing by 100. And then if you're trying to find interest, you need to multiply that by 100 to get back to your interest rate. Okay, so if you're finding I, you're going to get a decimal, and you need to multiply that by 100 to get your interest rate.